What's good? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Just to give you guys a heads up on this video. So, trying to minimize as much backlash as possible by providing context to it. The incident between the chief and I in this video actually stems from a couple of weeks ago when I went to speak with him to get him to do a sworn statement for us in the department. One for me, one for my mom, for a speeding violation that I had gotten, but the ticket went in her name because I had bought the van, but I didn't have the money to have the title transferred over at the time. So the citation was issued to her, and we were trying to get that cleared up. The chief flat out refused to do a sworn statement. He refused the open records request about who was responsible for ensuring the school safety zone lights were operational. They were not working the day that I went by there. They weren't flashing. It was foggy, but they weren't flashing. The camera actually took the picture as I was slowing down. I was applying my brakes in there when I realized that people were turning into the schools. So at that point, it kind of hit me. There are no posted school zone hours. So unless those lights are flashing, there's no way to know. I had also just moved here before y'all give me crap about the ticket. I had just moved here. School was out. School had just started back. So it was an honest mistake that could have been prevented had the lights been flashing. But the chief, when we were there trying to speak with him, when he started just refusing to do his job, I started exercising my rights immediately. I was nice about it at first until he started putting his ego in the way and started kind of raising his voice to my mom and I, and that's where, we clashed because I started raising my back like, I'm going to treat you the way you treat me. That's all there is. You want respect, you give it. He did not give me that respect. So I have no respect for him now. He wants it, he's going to have to earn it. Chief, I want you to understand one thing because I'm pretty sure you're going to see this video. I'm pretty sure the mayor is going to show it to you. I want you to understand one thing. That badge and that gun does not mean you have an extra ability to go outside of your code of conduct and just talk to people any type of way. That's not the way this works. Your dismissiveness when I was in the department on the camera of me trying to file the open records request and you just flat out ignoring me. I mean, come on, man. That I asked you a reasonable question. And I'm going to ask it again. Do you think it is okay for you to treat people the way that you do? Because if you think that's okay, I'm only one of many citizens that will come forward. I have to convince the others because you have them so afraid of you. That is called a tyrant. When the citizens are afraid to come forward about the chief because they're afraid the chief will retaliate, that is a tyrant. That means you need to re-examine yourself. And I've spoken with people all over Calhoun County, and they've all told me coinciding stories of other departments that you've worked at and their interactions with you. You do not have a good reputation around here, and I personally think that position that you're in, you do not deserve it. With that being said, guys, I'm not going to hold y'all up too long. We are going to jump into the video. I will have an outro, so please, watch the outro part, and I'll see you at the end. All right, what's good? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. It's been a long time since I've been here, but a long time since I been able to. Had a lot of things going on. Needed to focus on real life, like my personal life, things with family, stuff like that. Got all that squared away. Now I'm back. I have moved way out in the country. This is one of the small towns that's close by where I live. And
I'm actually going to the police department. This is my second attempt to file an open records request. The first time was about a speeding ticket in a school zone when the lights weren't flashing. The camera picked me up. They have no posted school zone hours, so there was no way to actually know until I saw a line of cars turning in at the school. At that point, I started to brake, which is clearly seen in the photo. That citation is being contested right now, but when I came up here with a witness to the police chief, and was trying to discuss the ticket with him and wanted to file an open records request. He had told me to just go to the website. He wasn't accepting open records requests, and his attitude and his ego, all in its own, really told me everything I needed to know. Again, you know, one horse town, so I think they have like 2 cops here. And the goal is to kind of check his ego. He lets his ego get too far ahead of him, and he forgets he works for us. Just because he has a badge and gun doesn't mean we have to do what he says, as long as we're following the law. So we're gonna see if we could try to get him to accept these open records requests that I hand wrote out just for him. As y'all see, it's really small. This is the downtown area. There's like nothing to it. And maybe if y'all like what you see, I might do a small little tour one day where I'm not actively auditing, but I'll let you guys make that determination. Just let me know in the comments. I can actually give y'all some history on this town because I've been doing a lot of research on it. I can tell you this. You want to find out what happens when a town or a city mismanages its funds, when they don't perform their government audits? A town like this starts to happen. It's how towns die. When they lose their state funding, the town itself can't survive. Hey, look, there goes the sheriff. Sorry, in the move, my tripod got a little messed up, so it's real wobbly, but still more stable than my hands when I set it down. I got a nice little mural here that they need to kind of wash up. All of those buildings are closed now. And this is old. This is from, I don't even know when. It was painted in 21 though. The chief may be on lunch, but it's weird because they lock the police department when they go to lunch. And he's there, that's good. Trying to wait for some of this traffic to die down. So, just to tell y'all a little something, that's City Hall right there, but the city of Edison, Georgia, which is where I'm at, is actually $450,000 in the hole. When their audits were performed, that is what they found, that $450,000 were missing. Now, I'm not sure if the current mayor had anything to do with it or if it was the last mayor. Apparently, the mayor and the chief are both new here. See? Buildings collapsing in. Used to be a restaurant right there. They raised the taxes up on the businesses so much that they had to close. And they're steadily losing businesses. This chief also told me that I will not come back in there recording. So to prove to him that I will, that's exactly what we are going to do today. And he will accept my open records request today. Because he don't know it, the Attorney General wants this video as well. I'm back with my cameras, like I said. I got 2 open records requests for you. I need you to sign and date and give me copies. I need you to sign and date and give me copies.
What you got?
Right here.
Okay.
Now, why do you feel like it's okay to treat the public the way you do? That's it. You're going to have to answer to the public. It's not professional. You guys see, that's the police chief. That's the example of the police department. So, just so you guys see, that number right there on the sign, don't call and be an ass. Just call and address your concerns. Also, look up the city hall because that's where I'm going to file my complaint. And if you notice, sorry, my handwriting is ass and the wind's blowing, but he didn't sign, he didn't date on either one, he just made copies. So we're going to City Hall to file a complaint against the chief now. We're going to have that documented. We're going to see how they like it. This is going to be accountability. We cannot tolerate this from people that swore an oath. He's mad because I checked him on the law. He's also mad because I contacted the Attorney General's office. The state's Attorney General office. So, I mean, you do what you got to do. Just make sure I'm not being followed by him. Hey, I need to file a complaint on the chief. He's violating conduct policies. A couple of weeks ago, he violated the Georgia Open Records Act.
Mr. Mitchell. Oh, you need to talk with the mayor.
Okay, how do I go about doing that?
She doesn't come, she comes in the afternoons.
In the afternoon?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, he took these, he didn't sign them and date them like I asked him to show that he did receive them. Would you guys mind doing these open records requests for me? Just sign a date anywhere on them, make copies, and give me the copies. That's all I need. I was asking him, but he's got his ego so far in the way, it's ridiculous. I mean, he was standing in there a couple of weeks ago screaming and yelling at my mom and I, and that's why I came back with cameras. That way I can document, everything and show.
So you want us to...
Yes, I tried Googling who the open records policy person is, but I couldn't find out who it is. I couldn't find any forms online, so I just wrote it down. Sorry, it's sloppy. I wrote it while I was trying to go to sleep this morning.
Let me see what I need.
Now, guys, see, if the chief conducted himself like this, it'd be much
If
better.
you will, sir, send me a copy of this to what you're trying to submit to my email, right? And then we'll address it.
Well,
Thank you, sir.
it's not a matter of addressing it. That's why I asked you to sign a date, and you didn't do that.
And I understand that. Email, and then I can send it to the people that can address it.
Well, that's why I'm in here.
Okay.
I don't trust
But
you to do it.
They don't know it.
Your ego's too far in the way.
That's fine.
So
But they don't know the people to send it to, but I do. So they're gonna refer you to me.
they can find out.
Okay, turn your camera around. Make sure they're gonna tell you they refer to me.
I got this camera right here,
Okay, good deal.
and I'm glad now I know your
Email
name.
it, and I'll let you know. I'll send it to you. Okay, thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you for coming back with a better attitude.
She will be here. Can you wait about 5 minutes? She's on her way.
Okay.
She just lives alone.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're like,
You guys are much nicer.
hey, well.
I don't get it. Why do I have to send him a copy if he just made copies? It doesn't make sense. What did he do? Go throw them away?
I don't even know I don't know. But you can have a seat over there if you like. She'll be here short.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Let me remove this out of my back pocket so I don't crush it. All right. I thought I heard him come out that door.
Hey, how are you?
You good?
Give me just a second.
Okay, you're the mayor?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, sure.
Hey, how are you? Morning, Mayor.
Your chief.
Sir?
Your chief.
No, I said,
Yeah, your chief is why I have my cameras.
your chief is what?
Your chief is why I have my cameras. Everything the interaction between your chief and I this time was documented. Last time was not, but I do have a witness that can verify what
Who
happened.
are you, please, sir?
Okay, so I am CEO and owner of Freeland Audits. Basically, if I encounter a bad encounter with our government, I try to address that, taking the proper channels to do so. The chief is very argumentative and had a bad attitude in his department, which it's caught on camera. You can see it. 2 weeks ago, I attempted to file an open records request with him. He denied the open records request. That is actually
I don't know whether you file it with the police department or you file it with the city of Edison.
Well, that was the thing. I can file it
Yes,
anywhere where I am, according to the state's attorney general's office.
Okay.
And it's up to them to forward it to the proper person in charge of the open records. He was just so egotistical a couple of weeks ago that he would not do the open records at all. He refused it. I did contact the Attorney General's office and filed a complaint with them about his behavior about it. When I went in there today with these, I don't know if it's because he's got a badge and a gun and he's a chief, he thinks he could just treat people any type of way, but you can't do that. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I came in with the actual concern about the lights not working the day I got a ticket. He did not want to hear me out about it. I asked him if he could do the sworn statement. That way it was done in front of law enforcement because I know that he can do it. Mm-hmm. And he flat out refused to do that. He was just refusing to do anything. And that's what our tax money is going to. I'm not paying taxes to be treated like crap by a chief of police.
Okay.
You know?
Well, we'd be glad to comply with it. I just wondered why the camera.
Yeah, no, it's just to document that I am actually filing them and to document if he refused or tried to escalate the situation like he did a couple of weeks ago. It's all to document and send to the proper people to hold him accountable. Okay. That's it.
Well, we comply with it.
And if you want, I can actually send you a copy of what happened inside there. If you have an email or something, I could send it to you and you could look at it from there and address that with him, because that's why I came in here to file these and to file a complaint against him with you.
Okay, well, that's fine. We'd be glad to work with you. We'd be glad to get it on. I'll let you sign an open records request form.
Okay, so you guys do have forms.
Oh, yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, now we do up here. Now, he does or not, I'm not.
I don't think he does, and I couldn't find any online because I was going to print it off.
Okay. I think it's just a basic form that's used throughout the state or wherever.
Right. Yeah, I don't have a problem doing that. That's fine.
Okay.
Can I get 2 of them, please? I'm sorry, can I get 2? It's 2 separate open records. And I gotta tell you, your ladies in here, outstanding.
They are. I have to brag on them. They really are.
I mean, most of the time when I go into like town halls or courthouses, any place where there's clerks or something, it's, are you recording me? You can't be recording me. You need to turn that off. Blah, blah. And I'm like, I have a right per Smith v. City of Cumming to record my interaction with the public officials and the public workers.
Well, I don't know the technicalities or legalities of all of that, but when you put a camera in somebody's face, it makes them a little anxious.
Right. And
especially
I get that.
if you don't know why you're being recorded.
I get that. I do promote transparency and accountability. So when people do great, I let people know, hey, they did a great job. When people screw up, I let them know they screwed up. And you guys actually blew me away.
I'll need 3 in case you miss one.
Okay.
And then we'll have some of these on file that we'll have to print off each time.
All right, thank you.
Would you stick those in a file, please, and we'll have them already ready?
So would you guys be the ones to fill out the 2, or would I just put
Well, it's to
town
the
hall?
city. It would be to the city of Edison.
Okay.
And you can put reference police department.
Okay.
And then just put down here what it is that you need or want, and we'll see what we can do.
And for the second one, I don't know, which was why I was trying to ask him. I was trying to find out who it is that is responsible for ensuring that the lights are operational for the school zone. Since there
Well,
are no
if we
school
have
zone
a reason
hours.
to believe, I would think that if something is wrong, we would, I think it's Red Speed that does the cameras, it's the Red Speed camera, school traffic camera system.
So they monitor the lights too?
Well, the lights are on a schedule.
Right.
We put in the schedule when the schools are gonna be open and closed, or, some
Right.
special, if they're not in session for like a couple of, like through the summer, they're not running, and and that kind of thing.
Well, that's what I was trying to find out because I went through on January 17th. It was at 7:17 in the morning, and it was foggy, but the lights weren't flashing. I would have seen them in the fog if they were. And it wasn't until I saw people turning into, what's that one, Chatula or something? Patala, that's it. I saw people turning in there, and I started braking as I passed the camera. You could see my brake lights. The lights clearly weren't flashing, and that was something that I wanted to address because if I didn't find out until I spoke to my mom that a lot of people in Edison were complaining about the lights not flashing, asking if we could do something about it. Somebody commented on there, we're looking into it, but you know, it's that type of thing where sometimes you're not aware until it's actually brought you in person.
Well, sometimes things get on Facebook and social media that aren't exactly the truth.
I get that. That's why I didn't post it anywhere on there. I wanted to come and address it.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
trying
fine.
to do
We
it
appreciate
with
you
him the
doing
first
it.
time, and he just completely shut me down. He didn't want to hear it. He didn't care. Like I said, he was very argumentative. Very. And I'm like, you can't treat the public like that, you know?
Let me give you my email.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and start working on these.
65, 369, 310, 14.
All right.
I think that's next week, Chris. I think you're doing something
On that street.
There's several of them. I'm just going to request a reread. I'm not, do I have to know what it was, just to see what I get back?
No, don't, I don't ever put it on. I just put their name and address
Okay,
and see if it matches what we have.
okay.
Here's a card. It's got the email address on the bottom.
Okay.
And you can call here if you have any questions or problems.
Today is the 22nd. Today's the 22nd?
First,
21st.
Do you live here in town?
I'm actually right outside town, so I'm here all the time.
Oh, okay. I just didn't recognize you.
Yeah, I moved here back in November.
I lived here most of my life, so I know most folks that do live here, right here in town. Okay.
Yeah, I moved here in November. I actually come from Gwinnett County. I just wanted to get away from the big city life, all the rush, and you know, plus I wanted a better place to raise my kids where it was quieter and not as much trouble.
Gwinnett County. You're not related to Susan Cosmos, are you?
Ah, that's my mom. She's the one that was there with me when he was acting that way.
Okay. I don't know her personally. I met her. I go to the Methodist Church, and we have the thrift store down there.
Oh, y'all are the ones with that thrift store.
Yeah.
Bills or whatever?
No, it's in an old. There's a sign on the door. It says, on this post, it says Bill's. It
Yeah.
used to be a Bill's dollar store there, but the thrift store is independent. It doesn't.
Okay.
It's just through the church.
Yeah, I just call it
And I
Bills
met
because that's all I've seen.
her one day down there at the thrift store.
Yeah. Okay. Well, she'll be glad to know that I
Glad to
spoke
have y'all in
with you.
town.
Thank you. I'm gonna do my best to, not get in trouble or cause any problems around here. But it was just this one thing, we got to get this addressed, and I'm not gonna have a problem. Right now, my mom's so paranoid because of what happened while she was there. She said she was being followed by one of the cops here, and I'm like, followed? Why?
Here?
Yeah. I'm like, why? She goes, I can only think maybe it was because of you telling him that legally he had to accept the open records request, that he could not deny it, that it was criminal, and that next time you come back in, you're coming in with your camera so you can get it recorded. And he said, not here, and you told him to educate himself on Smith v. City of Cumming. I'm like, well, yeah, again, I didn't do anything wrong. I matched his tone, I matched his energy, but that
what
was
do you
it.
mean by being followed?
She just said that she saw the cop flip a U-turn when she passed by, and she felt like the cop was following her. But there's nothing to, which is why I told her she needs to get a 3-way dash cam so it records in front, behind, and inside her vehicle. That way, if something like that ever does happen, she'll have it on video and we could take a look at it and send it to you guys and get that addressed, because that's not something that can happen. But as far as I know, there's only 2 cops here. There's the chief and the girl cop.
That's 3. We have 3.
Okay. I only met the 2. And honestly, the girl cop, she was outstanding. She really was. I told her about, what I do. And most of the time I only do it after I've received
a lot of complaints. That's normally when I go in and start checking, but this was my own complaint, so I kind of had no choice but to, you know, if I'm going to do it to everybody else, might as well do it for myself.
Yeah.
But, you know, I told her to just calm down because I don't think she was being followed. When we pulled up in front of the police department, we was in my vehicle, not hers. So the whole point of it was to get her to understand maybe the cop was just going the same way.
I don't want her to feel paranoid or threatened or anything.
Well,
we've never had any kind of incident.
She's automatically paranoid because of me doing this. She's afraid that I'm going to bring a lot of bad. And I'm like, well, sometimes that does happen. Not often, but sometimes you like, I could, you know, end up going to, what's that place? What's the little town around here? Edison, right? They have their police department, right?
This is Edison. You talking about maybe Arlington?
Arlington, that's it. Arlington.
Uh-huh.
I go to Arlington and I film, and they don't like it. You know, there has been situations where a police commissioner has sent their law enforcement outside of the jurisdiction that they were in to a whole nother county to try to arrest an individual while he was at home with his family for just simply filming. Yeah, and that's what she's afraid of. And I'm like, well, look, when stuff like that happens, there are steps that can be taken, ways to address it, you know. You can't live your life in fear. Just know that if they come here, they're not coming here for anybody but me. I was like, but I don't think that's going to happen.
No, you know, I don't want her to feel that way. And, you know, it's not unusual for them to make a U-turn.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like I told her, maybe they were getting close to city limits. They knew that, you know, that far out that they wasn't going to run into anything. So they turned around and came back hoping they could catch somebody speeding through town. I've seen them do that a lot. And
we need them to do that a lot.
Yeah, because y'all don't have third shift cop, do you?
A what?
Third shift cop.
Well, we have somebody at night. We do have somebody at night.
Yeah, need somebody to post it up somewhere when the speed limit hits 25, because I was following somebody from Alabama and they blew through here. I swear to God, they were doing about 50 miles an hour.
Well, we've had a problem with that, so, you know, we're trying to get a handle on it.
Yeah, when I seen that, I'm like, geez, thank God nobody else is out.
How old are your kids?
The oldest one is 9, the youngest one is 8. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Close together.
Yeah. And they're both girls.
My granddaughter just had my 7th great grandchild, and she has 4 under 5 years old.
Ooh,
Actually, you'll fight it.
All right. 1 and 2. So I'll put this. Cook. Kingston. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's my guys. You don't have that one bad, but that's the white one.
Okay.
We're not sure what she wants to do with these.
Bonus.
I'm gonna leave them right there so I can put the table back.
Call back.
Yeah.
Hey, she's still in.
Here's that. How's it going with
Just look at. You see?
you too. No, wow. I don't know. All right.
He's the best shit of.
It's a fact. Just so you can see, that's the police chief's name to address your concerns with. Yep. And the card that I have for the mayor, I'm only going to post the email. That way you guys can email and give them props because they did a great job.
Have to say. And the last thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can file the open records request as anonymous, which means you don't have to put anything but an email address down. That's it.
Okay, and your email is at freelandaudits.
22@gmail.com.
Okay. presentaudits22@gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And that is a phone number that I can be reached at.
Okay.
Yeah, if it was anything other than a police chief, I wouldn't mind putting my real name on there. It's just, I don't want him to have it. Not the way he was acting.
Okay.
And once you see it, you'll understand a little bit more.
Okay.
And hopefully we can get that addressed, and next time, you know, he'll be the way he was the first time I met him. The first time I thought he was a pretty good guy. Now I just think he's arrogant.
Well, we'll do what we can to comply with this, and I'll
Okay.
talk to our attorney and we'll
Okay.
get back.
I'm just gonna get these cool older pictures of
Okay.
Edison, because it's the
Okay.
first time I've seen Edison back then.
Yeah, I remember it from not quite that far back, but I remember it
Oh,
from
wow.
when I was a child. I grew
It says
up-
1902. Well, thank you, Miss Shirley. You have a good one.
Thank you, and tell your mom not to worry.
I will. So these are the old pictures of Edison back in the early 1900s. Oh, this is a really old testimony. I have hereunto set my hand and affixed the seal of my office at the Capitol in the city of Atlanta. And of the independence of the United States of America. The 120, wow. Signed by the Secretary of State. That's crazy. Let me grab up my stuff. And again, thanks ladies. Y'all have a good day.
You too, thank you.
All right, guys. So, I mean... All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Again, the email addresses for the chief to contact him and address concerns you may have with him will be down in the bottom in the description, and the email address for the mayor to let her know how her and the other ladies at City Hall did will also be down there. If you contact the chief because maybe you saw the same thing I did, by all means, do so respectfully and peacefully. You know, it's always room for somebody to do better, even myself. So that brings me to also, if you have any concerns with how you felt I handled the interaction between the chief and I, especially now that you know everything, by all means, I'm open to it. Just do so respectfully. I'm going to give the same thing that I'm given. So, you know, you come at me any type of way, I'm going to come at you any type of way. We have our rights, and it's okay to exercise them, but, you know, don't create a situation that's not already there. That's just advice. You can do whatever you want, but if you're trolling and you're just being rude and disrespectful nonstop, I will kick you out. That's all there is. Outside of that, in the beginning of the video, I did want to address this, and I may have said it in the beginning. I don't remember at this point. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning my time. I've been up all night working on this. So the old mayor of the town mismanaged the funds, did not have audits done. The town actually lost its state funding. So it's struggling. Businesses are shuttering. People are going elsewhere to go shopping. It's the taxes have went up here. It's hard being here, but it's nice being here at the same time. It's peaceful. So again, I will say, if you have any concerns, address them peacefully. I'm open and I will listen, and we can have a discourse in the comments about it. All right, guys. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Peace out. Stay free.